What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Brian James, and we're back with another Madden Underground playoff game action. And we got some snow, ladies and gentlemen. We got snow. What's good, Philly guy? What's good, Black Phoenix? You guys are here with me?
Sir, we here. We're live in the building. Let's get it.
Okay. We got. What do you guys feel about this snow right here? We got the Bengals versus Cleveland, and lots of snow, lots of in-game action. How do you guys feel
Oh
about it?
my God. Hey, well, first of all, that's spoken like somebody from Southern California, sir. Look, those of us that are from the East Coast, this is real football weather. I don't expect to hear either one of these coaches complaining. We're in for a good one. This wild card playoff round wraps it up with this trilogy of the Bengals and the Browns playing in the snow, playing for it all.
Yeah, and what's interesting to me is Dimes has won both games so far in this trilogy against Woody, 2-0 right now. So it's going to be interesting to see if Woody actually turns it around and wins the trilogy when it matters the most.
Yeah, and he's taking one step closer to that because he's wearing those all white uniforms and he's blending in with the snow here. So it's going to be imperative for him to be able to make these reads because if Woody can't see it, then Dom's players are going to be all over the field blending in with the snow.
Hey, he must be on some Call of Duty stuff, man, because that's coming out. So he decided to do a little bit of camouflage. But again, like you mentioned, it's gonna be interesting to see. Again, Dimes won both games. Woody mattering most with the playoffs. Again, we'll see if the weather's a factor here. You see that inclement kicking guard is gonna be severely shortened for the Momentum Stadium if the momentum is in Woody's favor right here as we take a delay of game right there. Good sportsmanship, not taking that delay of game. But again, we're going to see how this impacts everything. Again, wild card round, Madden Underground Xbox side. We got Dimes with the Bengals and Woody with the Cleveland Browns. So again, you're going to see everything from Dimes' point of view. Dimes obviously known for his spread offense, one of the more tougher playbooks to stop in this whole entire Madden 23 Philly. So what are you expecting to see out of Dimes in the playoffs this time around?
Well, we touched on it a little bit earlier when we were watching MP play as we see him get loose with the running back, and he's clearly testing Woody's knowledge of what it means to try to defend this spread offense. But this is one of the differences that you see here. Him and MP both are successful running the spread offense, but as you can see, especially in the snow, it's going to be imperative for him to be able to run that football, and he did it on that first drive.
Yeah, one thing that we want to notate with Dimes especially is that Joe Mixon halfback superstar ability. So last time Joe Mixon only had like a jukebox and a couple other abilities, but this time Philly, I'm gonna throw one at you that you rarely see that thing's gonna make a huge difference. Human joystick. Now, for those that don't know what human joystick is, it's basically pretty much free control over your plays. You don't have to worry about momentum or stopping or you let go of the turbo and then you can cut at will with human joystick. So I'm wondering if that's going to be one of the biggest differences in the game. Like you mentioned earlier, again, the difference between MP and Dimes. MP did not have human joystick on Jonathan Taylor, but Dimes does. So do you think that's going to be a factor against Woody this time around, Philly?
I think it's going to be a huge factor. A lot of people are familiar with Dimes and these jet sweep. As you see him punching in for a touchdown, I mean, it only took 2 swings and he's already in for 6. So, he didn't have to use the joystick there, but that is the advantage of having the ability to run the ball. And he hasn't implemented it just yet. But Dimes is actually known, when he first came into the league, he's actually known for running the football. So no surprises there. Just surprised that that Woody gave up such an easy score after 2 short plays, 13 seconds into this game.
Yeah, definitely very surprising there. But again, as you mentioned, Don's very familiar with the run and obviously very familiar with this playbook. And again, knowing all the tricks and trades of that spread offense. So again, you're going to be testing Woody to see his knowledge on how to defend it. As we saw MP be very successful on the AFC side. Again, we're going to see if Woody can be more successful against Dimes here. As Woody's going to be taking over on offense, down 7-0, again, giving up 2 easy runs with Joe Mixon. And it's going to be interesting to see how Woody comes out. Last time against Dimes that we saw on Game of the Week, didn't have his best game against Dimes at the end. But again, maybe he did a little bit of homework. Maybe saw MP play. Maybe saw Dimes play against Bronco. And like you mentioned a couple, like I think I wanted to say yesterday, Philly. That film is out there. Let's see if he's done his homework. We know it's the playoffs. It's win or go home. So you got to bring your A game. What are you interested to see out of Woody's offense against Dimes?
Everything you just talked about. I want to see what those adjustments are. I mean, you've played this man 2 times already. You've had an opportunity to watch him play against other people. And really it comes down to you being able to make those adjustments offensively and defensively to win this game. And it didn't show on that first drive against VA Dimes.
Yeah, definitely did not at all. And again, you see a little bit of sportsmanship. For those wondering, why are they taking delay of game and then declining it? That's just good sportsmanship. You guys will see this sometimes out of the highest levels of competitive Madden where, again, if it's friendly, if it's, good sportsmanship between two players, they will decline the delay of game. Whereas, if you don't really like somebody, you're going to accept that more times than not. As we see wide receiver Woody come out in this single back trip set, as he's going to hand the ball off to Nick Chubb right there, and Dimes able to shut that down. No, sir. Halfback power, not getting over anything against this overstorm brain by VA Dimes, Philly.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the challenges is being able to successfully run the ball against VA Dimes. And based on the fact that they've already played each other 2 times, you got to believe that Dimes has also gone back and made some offensive and defensive adjustments.
Yeah, you definitely got to believe so. Again, Dimes has a winning history in the Madden Underground League, as players well know, almost considered the villain, depending on who you talk to. And that's going to be another big stop by Dimes right there. There's going to be a 3rd and 14 right there for VA Dimes. Trey Henderson making a big play in the backfield right there, Philly.
Yeah, I mean, clearly Woody is not getting off to a good start. Both times we saw him trying to test this Bengals defense. I know it's difficult to see out there because they blend in with the snow, but he's really taking the pressure off of Dimes because Dimes doesn't have to worry about any passes in these formations right now.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how Woody responds right there, burning another timeout right there. That's going to be 2 timeouts burned in only the first quarter, and we're just getting started here. So again, we're going to be interested to see how that comes back and affects Woody as he tries to once again to move the ball, like you mentioned earlier, Philly, against Dimes. 3rd and 14 right there. Try to run it twice, no luck. Let's see what Woody decides to do as he comes out in the gun bunch formation, one of the more popular formations in this game of Madden. Let's see what he got right here. Again, Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, Mari Cooper on your right side of the screen right here with that wide receiver apprentice and route tech ability in case Dimes goes man right here. And Watson takes a snap back. Looks like he's going to throw it, and that's going to be a completion right there. Gain of 10 right there, but still only a 4th and 4 right there, Philly. So big decision right here for wide receiver Woody.
At this point, I would still recommend that he punt this football. I mean, he has to try to figure out a way to stop that run, and I don't think that he wants to go down 14 here. But if he doesn't decide to punt this football, I think it's going to be very difficult because he hasn't established anything in the run game yet.
I agree. And again, looks like he's deciding to forego your advice right here and go for it. 4th and 4 right here. Let's see what Woody can do right here in this gun type formation right there. Peoples-Jones in motion right here to the right side of the screen, creating a bunch halfback strong. Close look as 1 second ticks down and gets the ball off. And he's going to throw the corner route right there. And that's going to be out of bounds right there. Couldn't get the ball in bounds right there. And that might cost him big time against Dimes right there, Philly.
Yeah, and my concern wasn't that it was going to be a poor decision on his part to try to go for it. It's really just kind of looking at the down, the distance, the situation, and the circumstances. The meter is filling up. He gave up, 6 points in 2 plays. He needed a chance to regroup, and I feel like he's putting too much pressure on himself to try to stop Dimes from scoring here when he's already pretty much got 3 in the bag.
Yeah, and you mentioned right there, great field position by Dimes. Unfortunately, losing a couple yards from Samaje Perry in the background. As Grant Delpit makes a great tackle, great adjustment by Woody right there, seeing the motion, knowing that Dimes likes to utilize these halfback auto motion plays and decides to make the user tackle himself. Great defense right there. Let's see if we can keep it up. as Dimes was with the number Y off and big hit stick right there against Joe Mixon right there. And man, you don't want to be taking too many hits like that, despite Joe Mixon having that human joystick. That time, that human joystick not mattering at all against that hit stick, Philly.
Absolutely not. And if you're looking at the screen like we are, you can see that he now looks like Pac-Man. So he turned bright yellow, and it's a safe bet that Dimes is probably not going to be giving him the rock on this 3rd and 9.
As you can see, 3rd and 9, and you see those exclamation points on the field. That is that threat detector that Dimes has with Trent Williams on the left side of the offensive line right there. Edge protector, threat detector by Trent Williams. So Dimes can see exactly who Woody is blitzing, and you see the pressure coming. He gets the ball out quickly. Joe Mixon, who got popped earlier, not able to do anything with it. Greg Newsome coming up with the play right there, and that's going to be a 4th and 10. It looks like Dimes is content with taking his 3 right now, Philly.
Yeah, I think what he's doing right now, he's trying to get a feel for the way that Woody is playing him, because we didn't see him go back to any of the formations that he used on that first drive to put points up on the board. So you got to count this as a win if you're Woody, but by the same token, Dimes is the one moving the ball. Dimes is the one putting points up on the board. So you have to regroup and have a successful drive on this second go-round.
Yeah, and we can see exactly, again, how Woody responds right here. Mind you, again, burned 2 timeouts already in the first quarter, down 10-0, 4th down, threw the ball, Deshaun Watson not able to make an accurate pass right there. So, again, it's going to be interesting to see what Woody responds to. Again, I don't imagine you want to go down 2, maybe even 3 possessions against Dimes this early in the game, as Woody looks like he's going to be changing it up, coming out in that gun wing slot weak formation here. And Dimes still sticking with the nickel over Storm Brave defense that's been giving them so much success, as looks like Chubb gets the handoff right there. Try to go a little RPO action with the sweet peek. Nothing doing right there. Loss of 4 right there, Philly.
Yeah, what we're seeing is a very, very good Bengals defense that is clearly locked in. There's multiple defenders in the backfield. And, Woody is not going to have time to try to probe this defense. He's clearly down, and he needs to give Dimes more than one thing to think about, and he just hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, and then we see him all the way down to the gun deuce close. Last time ran a stretch. This time looks like he's going to be making a play right there, and that's going to be a completion right there. Looks like David Njoku going off the PA misdirection, and that was actually a great completion right there, getting them down to a 3rd and 1 right there, Philly.
Yeah, definitely a manageable down, but that's exactly what he's going to have to do. If you're going to be under center, you're going to have to punish Dimes with some play action passes, and you're going to have to give him something else to think about, because right now he is just attacking, and Woody hasn't punished him for it yet.
And let's see again if Woody can make a Dimes pay for this defense right now. Again, going back under center single back deuce close right there, as he had a wide receiver open, doesn't decide to throw it right there, decides to go with Nick Chubb in the backfield. Deshaun Watson lined up with that sideline deadeye, and I thought he was going to go all the way down the field, Philly, right there. Had a receiver just completely open, decided to check it down right there.
I don't think he trusted it. I think he took one look and then just went for the check down, and that was to the running back. And it's good that he was able to get the first down. Maybe he'll settle down and be able to make that read next time for a big play.
Yeah, and let's see if Dimes actually adjusts right there, because Dimes is going to definitely be looking for that next time, as Deshaun Watson takes another step back, and this time decides to go deep right there, and great swat right there by Dimes' corner right there, number 29. And, man, I thought that was going to be open for a big play right there, but Dimes, defender, able to recover so nicely right there and able to swat the ball down.
Yeah, it's the little things. Obviously, Dimes has his defense playing a little bit differently when Woody's under center, but in that gun formation, he was more worried about the pass than he was the run, and we saw the defensive back make the play.
And speaking of the run right there, Nick Chubb not having himself a great game. 4 rushes, negative yardage, not having a good game. That's not what you expect out of Nick Chubb, one of the best running backs in Madden right now. Try to go a little bit outside zone against this nickel over. And again, Philly, you see this Bengals defense show up time and time again. It seems like Dimes did his homework and knew exactly what Woody wanted to do right there.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way. I mean, he's putting a lot of pressure on Woody to not just have to pass the ball, but he's giving him very specific gaps that he can run through, and it doesn't look like Woody knows which plays he wants to use to do that.
And he's going to have to figure it out soon. Again, first quarter coming to a close here very soon as Deshaun Watson is going to take another snap in the gun bunch right here. And we have a receiver open, doesn't decide to throw that. This time hits Cooper, and Cooper takes a big hit right over the middle, but that's going to be a first down right there for Woody. And that's going to come to an end of the close for the first quarter of action. Dimes 10, Woody 0 right now. And, again, you mentioned it, Philly, you got to call the right plays against Dimes. And, you see Dimes trying to mix it up between this Overstorm Brave and then going to the cover 4 quarters. And then when he's tried to run the ball, not successful. So it seems like Dimes is really, really trying to make Woody a little bit one-dimensional. It doesn't seem like Woody's that comfortable passing the rock.
It really looks that way, especially because Dimes continues to bring that safety all the way up to the line of scrimmage. And, outside of that one play that he missed the receiver being open on, he hasn't really punished Dimes for playing that close to the line of scrimmage. And you would really like to see for him do that at some point in the game.
Yeah, let's see if he can do it again. Has had the opportunities. Last time he went down the field, Dimes just made a big play right there and swatted the ball away at the last second. But again, tries to go with the halfback wham here. And Nick Chubb finally getting into the positives here right here with a first down right there, Philly.
Yeah, he's doing a much, much better job. It looks like he's settled down. He's getting back into a rhythm. And he just needs to continue to do what he's doing and not try to force anything that he feels is going to put him in a bad situation.
Yeah, and again, you see this gun deuce close coming in time and time again. That's what wide receiver Woody decides to audible to. It looks like Deshaun Watson is making some adjustments right here as he's going to take a step back. And that's what you talk about, bringing the safety too close to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a touchdown, Cleveland Browns touchdown, wide receiver Woody. And you mentioned it time and time again, Philly, bringing that safety too far down to the line of scrimmage. And that time, Woody able to make Dimes pay right there for a big score.
Yes, exactly what we wanted to see. And I think now he's definitely going to force Dimes to be more mindful of where that safety is and who he's matched up against, because Woody finally made him pay for coming that close to the line of scrimmage.
Great answer by Woody right there. Again, making Dimes pay. Sometimes when you play that Overstorm Brave, you get a little too confident in that blitz, and he looked like he was looking too far in the backfield, not at his responsibility, and Woody made it pay right there. So 10-7 right now. Dimes back with the ball. Again, having some great success right now with Joe Mixon on the ground right there, mixing it up with a little bit of jet touch passes, a little bit of outside zone, inside zone. Pretty much, Dimes is mixing it up very, very beautifully as we see him coming out in his doubles offset week. Let's see what he has for him on defense. Let's see some adjustments right here as we get a first down and 10. Joe Burrow barking out the orders right here. We haven't mentioned too much of Joe Burrow right now because Joe Mixon is still in the spotlight. But here we go. Joe Mixon right now gets stopped in the backfield, able to keep chugging along here. And that's going to be a gain of 7 right here. Joe Mixon 4 for 86 and a touchdown right here, Philly. Joe Mixon having himself a great game so far.
Yeah, he's definitely the MVP of this game. And I really can't emphasize enough the importance of that joystick ability, because when you are running the ball and you're able to change direction at the drop of a dime, I mean, that just gives you so many running lanes to choose. And that's what we've seen Dimes do here, is move this ball effectively on the ground.
And we see Dimes mix it up right here, going bunch open offset right here. Looks like he's going to hand it off again to Joe Mixon. Looks like he lit up right there, try to get a little shifty, nothing doing right there. As Dimes is going to go hurry up right here. Once again, you see in those exclamation points over, that's that threat detector kicking in with Trent Williams. So you can see exactly who Woody's decided to send on pressure right here. Looks like it looks like he's going to be in a DB Fire says as Dimes goes with the RPO bubble. Great call right there. And that's going to be Jamar Chase. We haven't called his name too much in this game, but great play call right, Dimes right there, going with the RPO read bubble right there, Philly.
Yeah, that was really surprising because it looked like Woody had that locked up. But, Dimes gambled on that RPO, got the completion for the first down, and he's sitting in the driver's seat with 3.5 left to go in this game.
Well said, well said. And again, Joe Mixon gets stopped in the backfield, able to recover again. That's been kind of the theme for these past couple of runs for Joe Mixon. Gets somehow stopped by his own teammate as we get a pause right here. And looks like we're going to be making some changes in the depth chart right here as we see, looks like Oh, so it might not save. Okay. So we'll see how this ends up going, but it looks like Don's making some adjustments right there. So Philly, let me ask you, if you're making adjustments, especially looks like to this offensive line right there, maybe you're a little bit frustrated the way they're playing right now. Again, they're getting in the way of Joe Mixon and making huge runs right there. So I guess that signifies something if you see Don's making adjustments to his offensive line.
A lot of times people don't have the opportunity to play with a superstar lineman, but depending on the abilities that you have and depending on what is being successful in the running game, you might want to move your linemen around so that they can give you some of those impact blocks and use some of those abilities that you have on them. So he may be doing that intentionally, and we're going to see how that plays out for him.
And as you can see, dangerous throw right there by Dimes. Again, 4th and 2 right there as Grant Delpit able to make a play right there. And right now it's decision time for VA Dimes. Again, 2-minute warning coming up. He could just kind of run into the 2-minute warning or go full throttle right here, Philly. What are you doing right here? Are you taking your time going to the 2-minute warning, or are you calling a play right here?
Well, I think he's going to sit on this, and maybe he ends up going back to that depth chart and finishes making the adjustments that we saw him going into. But right now, I mean, he's risking a long field goal, so I don't think he's going to go for that. But with that threat detector, he's pretty much going to know exactly what he wants to run against this defense because he can clearly see that the pressure is coming.
And let's see how it goes right here. It looks like Don's going tight slot open. PA Reed right there. Jamar Chase open on that whip route, and that's going to be a first down. Now, the big thing is we thought Jamar Chase got out of bounds, but Philly, the time is still ticking, so Don's completely in control for the rest of this half, it seems like.
Yeah, he's got all 3 of his timeouts, so he's in no hurry. That was an excellent audible right there to slow down the blitz on the left-hand side. He's running that monster formation that you had pointed out in the other game when we were watching MP play, and it looks like Woody, he's staying patient. He's not budging.
Yeah, and we see quick base right there. Joe Mixon almost got loose right there. And it looks like Greg Newsome able to make another tackle right there. Pretty much a touchdown saving tackle. And wide receiver Woody decided to burn his last timeout right there with 1:16 left. Again, Dimes has all 3 timeouts. Woody has none. And we're going to see how that impacts, if anything, for wide receiver Woody, as Dimes looks like he's going to shift once again. Looks like he's going back to trio offset weak, one of his main formations that he utilizes here, and it's going to look like an RPO. That time, Joe Mixon breaking a tackle right there, almost broke another one, and that's going to be a 3rd and 4 right there, Philly. And again, time is ticking right there. It looks like Dimes does not want wide receiver Woods to get the ball back at all with a minute left in the half.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't, but that's great defense so far by wide receiver Woody. He stayed patient, and he was actually able to make a tackle in the backfield. He just couldn't wrap him up.
Yeah, and again, threat detector going off so you guys can see who wide receiver Woody's blitzing. Looks like he's sending both slot DBs at Dimes to see if Dimes can get the ball off. Decides to make an adjustment. That one of the exclamation on the left side went away. So it looks like playing a little bit more coverage on the left side, sending the pressure on the right side, and Dimes is going to take a timeout right there. Smart timeout, good clock management right there. And we're going to see for this 3rd and 4 play, this is kind of a huge play right now, to be honest, for Dimes. Don't you agree, Philly?
I do, but I like when he's coming out of the monster, just kind of getting a feel for the defense to see if he's got a read, and then he knows exactly what to audible into. But he's not going to force anything here. He's in the driver's seat. He's up 3, and there's no reason for him to panic because Woody doesn't have any timeouts left, and Dimes has been dominating in time of possession for the game so far.
And looks like Dimes is going to stay in this gun bunch formation. Again, one of the most popular sets is we see a safety move that might indicate something for Dimes as he's making adjustments right here. And he snaps the ball. Joe Burrow throws it, and that's going to be a completion. Jamar Chase, and that's going to be a touchdown. Jamar Chase does the little bit of a gritty right there, and that's going to be a touchdown. VA Dimes right there against man-to-man coverage right there. And Jamar Chase absolutely cooking right there, Philly, his defender. He's no chance right there for the defender.
Yeah, you got to love the composure. I mean, we saw him call a timeout, and we don't know why he did, but when he came back, it was a different formation. He audibled into that gun bunch, had the one-on-one matchup, made the throw, the completion, in for the touchdown.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase, failed to mention that to you guys, has that route tech ability, meaning anytime he's matched up man-to-man, he's going to win on those cuts. Also, has matchup nightmares. So he's winning against linebackers and he's winning against DB. So you basically can't cover him in man coverage. Very good ability management by VA Dimes, as we see right here going back to the single back deuce close with wide receiver Woody right here going play action play right here. And Watson decided to scramble out. There's nobody open right there. Oh man, that could have been bad right there if he threw it a little bit further towards the defender, but able to stop the time right there and avoid a sack right there, Philly.
Yeah, it's a little risky to think that you're going to be able to push the ball downfield against Dimes in the snow, but Woody needs to pay attention to the clock here because Dimes still has 2 timeouts left, so he needs to get that clock moving on this next play.
And let's see if he does right there. We see Schwartz motioning out right there. And looks like he's going to throw the ball away. I thought that was going to be a little bit of a bad throw where the defender could make a play. Deshaun Watson able to make a play right there, throw the ball away with 17 seconds left to go, Philly.
Yeah, and he needs to be very mindful of what's happening right now. I mean, he threw the ball away, so the clock stopped. It's 3rd and 10. You know that if he doesn't get a first down here, Dimes is going to get the ball back. He's going to have an opportunity maybe to cause another one-on-one matchup and get the ball to Chase.
And it looks like he's going to decide to go with the run game right here as Nick Chubb gets a first down right there on that stretch play. And that's going to be a first down for Woody. 12 seconds left right now. Again, you got to push the ball downfield and also get out of bounds, which is possible with Deshaun Watson having that sideline dead-eye ability. But I wonder, what kind of play call Woody decides to go with, as we see right there. He got a wide open one-on-one catch, but interception right there. And that's going to be a pick from VA Dimes, and that might be a potential pick 6 right there. It gets out of bounds to the 30-yard line. And right there, we see it again. You can lose a game by half or you can win the game by half, and Dimes able to get a free 3 right there, Philly, unfortunately, for wide receiver Woody.
It was a really, really bad decision on his part. I mean, you got to wonder, what were you trying to accomplish on that drive? You're going to be getting the ball back. So why would you force yourself to try to push the ball downfield when you could just as easily get the ball back, save some of those plays for the second half, and have more time on the clock in order to be able to try to put some points up on the board instead of throwing it downfield, forcing the interception, and giving up that free 3?
Yeah, and that free 3 definitely hurts right there. Again, almost looked like a potential pick 6. Dimes smartly going out of bounds right there, kicking 3, going up 20-7 right now. So again, wide receiver Woody not completely out of it, but obviously you definitely need to pretty much be on your perfect A game right here if you have any chance of coming back in this game. And again, we've been seeing the kind of the formations that has been coming out and gun to the gun tight, then all went down to the single back deuce close, calling play action, calling stretch right there. But if you're in Woody's shoes right now, again, it's playoffs. You win or you go home right now. You got to start thinking about opening up the playbook just a little bit more and maybe trying to push the ball a little bit more smartly downfield, right, Philly?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him do that before. Obviously, he's in the playoffs. He's had success. And like you mentioned, when he was doing those audibles, he was able to successfully move the ball. So he needs to continue to do that. But he cannot continue to make the types of bad decisions that he did in the first half if he expects to come back.
And let's see what it goes. And there he goes, Nick Chubb, green grass in front of him. Looks like he might not be caught right there, but actually he's going to be caught by one of Dimes' defenders. Not fast enough right there. And huge play. And wide receiver really got a little bit of life right there as you see Chubb dancing and finally getting a little bit excited because, he finally gets a big play. But that's some life right there for wide receiver Woody, waiting for one of those to finally happen. A big play by Nick Chubb, and it finally happened for you. So what do you think about that play call deciding to go with the stretch right there? It hasn't been working in the past, but that time deciding to work out for wide receiver Woody.
Well, I absolutely love it because you've spoken into existence. You talked about it. He's doing it again here. He's audibling down and is giving him, those running lanes and the quick score in the running game. So obviously he's found something that works. And, he's going to have to continue to do this because even though he's going to now be down 6, he's found something that is allowing him to be successful and put points up on the board. And VA Dimes has to show him that he can stop it.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be interesting to see if Dimes makes any type of adjustments. We saw on the big play right there that Nick Chubb had on the first one, Dimes decided to go with a little bit of 3-3-5 wide, must be in that multiple defensive set. that time giving up a huge play on the ground right there. So it's going to be interesting to see if he changes it and goes strictly back to nickel normal, especially that cover 4. As we see Dimes come back on offense right there. Last time Dimes was on offense, had a brilliant play with Jamar Chase with that route tech and matchup nightmare, able to cook his man defender for an easy score right there. Let's see what Dimes decides to do as we get a first down in 10 for VA Dimes. Third quarter, 5 minutes, 26 seconds left. Again, Xbox wild card action going on here for Madden Underground. Thanks for tuning in and supporting us as we get a dangerous pass right there. Don't know what happened right there. Joe Burrow finally breaking his perfect streak, 5 for 6 now. But that could have got real ugly for Dimes as Woody could have picked that off for a pick 6 right there, Philly.
It looked like Woody was sitting on it. Uncharacteristic throw from Dimes. I mean, we know that play is very successful against man press coverage, but he just didn't give it enough time to develop and got away with one.
Yeah, and deciding to go back to the ground game right there. Try to cut it back with Joe Mixon right there with that quick base, unable to do so, unable to make some magic happen. Woody decided to go with that dollar spender defense. Again, one of the best defenses in the game of Madden 23 this year. And let's see how Dimes kind of responds right here. Again, Woody looks like he's not sending as much pressure, only sending 2 defenders right there as he's using 1. So realistically, 1 defender as we get another game on screen right there. We'll be calling action in a little bit as Dimes drops back right there. Jamar Chase and toe drag swag right there. Jamar Chase able to come down with a first down play right there, Philly. Big play for Jamar Chase, 4 for 75.
That was a great play.
Game break,
Seeing
guys.
Burrow stand in the pocket.
Quick game break, guys. We got Assassin taking on King Karan in PS5 wild card matchup. And King Karan is up 14-10 right now. Just wanted to give a quick update on that game for those that are tuning in from PS5 side.
Awesome. And hey, appreciate it, Brian. Thanks for the update on that one. And again, depending on how this game goes, we may switch over to that. We shall see. But again, wild card action playoffs are going all around. Again, win or go home. Got to bring your A game if you hope to win that Super Bowl. Get those bragging rights. Show that you are the best in Madden Underground. But anyways, let's see if we can continue on with the wild card action right here. Is Dimes starts once again that bunch open, also all down to that tight slot open, that PA replay that has been known to go to right there as B is wide open, nobody home right there. Tyler Boyd able to go down to the 31-yard line, and maybe that was a missed assignment somewhere on defense, Philly, because Tyler Boyd just seemed to be wide open with nobody home.
Yeah, that was definitely a missed assignment. And what we're seeing here is we're seeing just little adjustments. And you asked about the difference between VA Dimes and MP. One of the things you saw in MP's game is MP was a lot more vertical and threw a lot of those ad catches. You haven't seen any of that from VA Dimes here. He's been content to try to move the ball east and west, and then with the big play to Chase with that route tech down the field on the corner routes.
And that was well said. And that's something that I kind of want to mention too. When we talk about the spread offense, it's something I also run as well. No 2 people run the spread offense the exact same way. As you see, there's different styles between between Dimes, between MP, and between others that run this offense. No 2 people run it the exact same way, contrary to popular belief. And again, you see Dimes more content on the ground and moving in short chunks versus the vertical attack that you mentioned, Philly, by MP. As we're going back to trio offset right here, it looks like RPO play. Jamar Chase wide open right there. That's going to be a first down at 10. And looks like Woody doesn't seem to have the answer for these wide receiver bubble plays that Dimes is bringing out time and time again.
Yeah, and that's the success of being able to run the football, is that he knows he has to play the run first. He's given up a lot of big plays in the run game. And, more to your point, when you're watching different people operate out of this spread playbook, the personnel is also different. So a lot of times that can impact some of the play calling that you see, and it can still have just as much damage, if not more, in a game like this.
Definitely. And again, you mentioned personnel, again, Joe Mixon having those abilities. You see him light up right there. That's that jukebox ability. So not only can Dimes control where Mixon goes at will, but also getting boosts in his juke move ability. So again, a threat. Jamar Chase, a threat. Joe Burrow, a threat as well. And right there, we see that jukebox and human joystick combination coming into play right there as Joe Mixon gets down to the 8-yard line. And that's going to be a first and goal right there for Dimes. And Dimes seems like he's in control of this game completely right there, Philly.
Yeah, he definitely got caught off guard by some of the adjustments that Woody made, but he got right back to that run game. And we've seen him keep Woody off balanced on this drive. And Woody's going to have some decisions that he's going to have to make. How is he going to play this RPO action, and who does he need to defend in order to give himself a chance to get back in this game?
Yeah, and again, Dime's going with that RPO right there. Thought he had X open. Not gonna lie, I would have thrown that one. But what he seems to make an adjustment right here looks like a base 3-4. Something that we saw last game from Illuminati, and let's see if this stops VA Dimes as he's going RPO bubble once again. Joe Mixon making some moves right there, tries to get shifty right there, down to the 1 yard line, 3rd and goal. Dimes deciding to go hurry right here, likes what he saw right there out of that defense. And it looks like he's going to go back to that trio all set week. Again, it's been killing it with Chase. Let's see. We see Woody moving his players around. Nobody on that side of the 3 wide receivers said that might be dangerous right there. As VA Dines looks like he's audible. He sees the same thing and goes to X. And that's going to be a pitch and catch. Easy touchdown right there by T. Higgins. And Dimes, easy touchdown right there, Philly. Nothing you can say more than that.
Well, what most people aren't paying attention to, but apparently Dimes is the fact that when he ran that RPO the first time, he didn't have that ability activated, that threat detector. So he didn't know who was blitzing and what was going on. But on that play, he knew exactly what was happening, made the right read, made the right adjustment, and the right throw.
And we see Don's going for 2 right there, trying to go up 14 right there. Unsuccessful right there. Trying to go with a little bit of a halfback swing play right there against that man coverage. Great defense by Woody. So let's break this down for the viewers, Philly. You're down 12 if you're Philly, or sorry, if you're Woody. And 4th quarter is coming up right there. Obviously, I feel like he over-adjusted right there majorly against Dimes right there. But if you're Woody right now, knowing that, again, Dimes can get the ball back and potentially score depending on how he moves the ball and can control the clock depending on how he moves the ball. What's going through your mind right now? Are you basically thinking like full throttle at this point, or are you still trying to get into the flow of your offense at this point?
Well, I think he found something with audibling down in the run game as we see another big run here. So he knows that he's going to have to score twice. But the first thing he needs to do is just to score. So he's found something that works, continue to run it, and then when he gets on defense, he's going to have to pay attention to the down and distance because he needs to know what abilities that Dimes has on his players, because obviously when it gets to that 3rd and 4th down, Dimes knows exactly what he wants to do because he has that threat detector activated.
Yes, and that's well said. Again, put your 4s up in the chat. This is going to be the end, towards the end of this game. 6 minutes left as we see Dimes versus wide receiver Woody Dimes in that Bengals. And that was a big punch in the face by Nick Chubb from wide receiver Woody with the Browns right there. And again, Nick Chubb on the ground, having himself a good game so far. Didn't have the best start, but slightly turning around right there as he punches a defender in the face right there with that bruiser. But that time, Dimes defender says, "No more of that. That's enough of you out of you, Nick Chubb."
Yeah, it was a really good adjustment. He decided to go on that HB wham. And you know what? I'm not a fan of that play call right now. I would like to see him go a little bit more up tempo, but a great play by Dimes, and it's 2nd and 12.
Yeah, and again, chat, put your 4s in the chat to see some good interaction here in the stream, as that was a dangerous play right there. He went for the corner route, looked like he had it, got clipped at the end, and if that could have gone either way, that might have been GG's, and that would have been it for Dimes. Or sorry, that would have been it for Woody.
It's been a little bit unfortunate. I was kind of waiting to see how he's going to react to that 2nd and 12. He decided to go airborne, and frankly, he really didn't give Dimes anything to think about. And we know how dangerous he can be when he brings that safety up to the line of scrimmage, and you don't have anybody that's going to punish him for doing so, and that pressure is coming full tilt.
Oh, yeah, definitely got to be coming full tilt. Again, shout out to Jay Hall in the chat, man. Thank you for your interaction. Thank you for coming through and showing some support here. As that's going to be not a great play at all. 4th and 12 right there. And this is pretty much the ball game right here if Woody doesn't complete this for a first down, Philly. 4th and 12 ball. Again, what are you calling right here? What play calls are you looking to make right here if you're wide receiver Woody right now?
Well, I think what he needs to do is just to take a page out of his playbook when he picks one formation and audibles into another. Like, you have to give Dimes something to think about, because he hasn't been doing that in the passing game. So it's been really easy for Dimes to send the pressure and then just play that corner route.
And this time coming out with the empty bunch, had a wide receiver open the seams and decides to throw it to Peoples Jones. Got a first down out of it. Thought that was going to be a turnover on downs, but now showing some life right here, going a little bit up tempo right here, as you mentioned, Philly, that he has to do, and then going verticals right here. Peoples Jones with another completion right there. 2nd and 5 right there, and actually got out of bounds, stops the time right there. So good clock management right there, shown by wide receiver Woody to stay in the game.
It was a great play call because he hasn't shown this formation. He went empty set, and Dimes wasn't sure what he needed to defend, and it gave Woody an opportunity not only to get the force down, but to move the ball down the field and get back to his running game.
And let's see, you see, and that's going to cost him right there as he tried to audible too much right there. 2nd and 10, taking a bad false start right there, Philly. And you can't afford that right now. Getting the playoff time winner go home situation, you cannot afford silly penalties like that.
No, you definitely can't. But it's one of those things that just goes down to those little things, those details. Not shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, and again, taking another sack right there. And this is stumbling and spiraling out of control right now for a wide receiver. Woody took in a bad false start. Now a sack. This is 3rd and 19 right now. Again, Dimes completely in the driver's seat right now, going to the empty bunch. But I wanted to hit on something that you really were prophetic on this one, Philly guy. Now, when he has success, he's audible to 2 formations, or at least 1 formation each particular play. But this time, when he gets in trouble, he's going to just straight 1 formation and then just calling and just snap the ball right there. And I feel like it's getting a little bit too predictable right there as he tries to do a double move right there. And that's going to be picked off by Chidobe Awuzie. And that's going to be down to the 40-yard line. And that might be it. Fat Lady might be singing right there. And that could be GG's right there. And we're going to bring in Brian James for a game break update.
Going into the Assassin versus King Karan game on the PS5 side, Assassin is taking the lead. He's up 17-14. King Karan is currently trying to drive. You see he has a 2nd and 7. He's in the empty set, and he's trying to make a big play with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has paid dividends this entire game. He's running similar offense to Space, and he's killing with the quarterback. But as you can see, incomplete pass. But back to the regular scheduled program. Here you go.
All right, you gotta love that. We didn't know we were gonna get a doubleheader today, so we are in for a treat just as much as you guys are, and we're gonna try to get this game closed out and then switch back over to that one since we only got 3 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here. But yeah, I agree with you. It's probably GG's in the chat. We don't know how big the lady is, but we know that she is warming up those vocals, and it's not looking good for those Cleveland Browns right now.
Yeah, definitely not looking good for the dog pound at all. Joe Mixon looking like Pac-Man, like you mentioned earlier, Philly taking that big hit. Again, Dimes completely in the driver's seat. Again, with Woody making a very risky throw right there. Obviously didn't pay off for him with the double move. Chidobe Awuzie able to pick that off for Dimes. As we see here, 36-yard line, 36. Again, Dimes completely in the driver's seat. Don't have to force it right here. Can kind of just chill out, go up 3, or kick your 3 if you so choose to. Let's see what Dimes decides to do as Joe Burrow decides to make some changes to the line of scrimmage right now, mixing in motion and then again in motion all the way out wide. So you already know this is going to be a pass for him. Let's see what Dimes decides to do in terms of play call right here. Takes it all the way down to 1 and then takes a timeout right there. So Dimes really tapping into that clock management right there. Again, doesn't want anything to do with Woody getting the ball back if he can avoid it. And again, that might be the biggest difference between winning and losing is that clock management. As we see Dimes coming out once again, 3rd and 6 after that timeout right there. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in the game. Once again, for Madden Underground wild card playoff spot. Playoffs are on the line. As we see Joe Mixon, and he breaks the tackle, and there he goes right there. Joe Mixon going all the way into the byline for the end zone for the touchdown right there, and that's going to be a touchdown, Dimes. And yeah, Philly, I think we might want to bring the lady on stage right now because I definitely think this is going to be a GG's.
Well, look, I don't know what she's telling you, but I think she's telling me that we need to switch to the other game.
Yeah.
We just need to go ahead and congratulate VA Dimes. He was able to beat Woody 3 times in a row. No easy feat. But it looks like this game is over, folks. So we want to bring you something a little bit more competitive, and that's going to be from the PS5 League, because the Madden Underground Pro League wildcard round is essentially over with that touchdown from the Bengals. So here we are. It's 4th and 16, but we got a more competitive game at the 2-minute warning.
Oh, and a big play. Big play by King Karan getting that converting on that 4th and 16. Wow. Assassin with the Chargers, to you guys that are just now tuning in. Assassin has the Chargers. King Karan has the Ravens, and they have been duking it out for the last 3 quarters of this game. You guys are in for a treat. Back to Philly guy and Black Phoenix.
And not only do we have a double header here and Brian James on the 1 and 2, but we also have a special guest announcer. I mean, I don't know why he doesn't stay. We only have 1 minute and 11 seconds left to go. You might as well come in on this, Brian James. The people deserve to hear your voice. Share the love.
Nah, man, this has been a great game. I remember at the beginning of the year, King Karan was actually about to quit the league because he got slapped by Illuminati. But look at him now. He's in the playoffs. He's driving and trying to either tie the game up or possibly win the game while taking the clock with him. He's learned a lot. You can see he's obviously learned a lot from being in this league. He's chewing clock more. He's better at managing the clock, something that has been improved, vastly improved in his game throughout the year. But let's see if Assassin, VA Assassin, he's clutch. Let's see if he can clutch up and get oh my.
Ooh, at the showboat too, right there. It looks like Kenya Drake right there getting in for the touchdown right there. And man,
this might be one of the biggest upsets of the playoffs because everybody thought Assassin was going to win this game.
Hey, and you spoke it into existence. Not only were you giving him love, but then you kind of walked him through that big play there. And this man is only 28 seconds away from pulling off the upset of the year. Some people called Assassin the Super Bowl favorite. He'll be lucky if he can even get out of this wild card round. And it looks like it may be at the hands of these Baltimore Ravens who, like you said, B. James, they put it all together at the right time and figured it out.
My gosh.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Again, VA Assassin, 28 seconds left. Can he clutch it out? Does he have the plays? Is he clutch enough? And let's see what he goes with. Again, VA Assassin, known for the split close. Looks like he is in the New York Jets offensive playbook. King Karan, obviously with that tight doubles on offense as well. But let's see what VA Assassin can do here. And the fourth quarter, let's see what he got. Again, 1st down and 10. Justin Herbert on your screen right there. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Let's see what happens. PA play right here. Has X wide open. Doesn't decide to throw. That's Keenan Allen. That's a receiver you want to throw to right there. Gets down to the 39-yard line. 22 seconds left to go. So far, so good on this drive, Philly.
Yeah, it's 2 things that you want to look for in this formation. That's going to be the seams and the corner route. So he didn't do a good job there, but a much, much better job protecting the field from that seam route there. And he's got 16 seconds left before he shocks the world.
Yeah, and he tried to go up top right there. Nothing doing right there. Almost picked off, and that could have been GG's for him. Looks like he's going to play again. This time going to Gerald Everett, and that's going to be a 1st down right there. 10 seconds left in the game. 10 seconds left. Has potentially 2 plays. Yeah, 2 plays, I would say, depending on how fast the first play goes against King Karan here. But again, got to call your best play right here, Philly, especially in this type of situation.
You're exactly right. And he's going to have to make some quick decisions, because if he does anything less than 4 seconds off of this play, it's going to be very difficult for him to be able to punch it in. As we see him get that deep corner route, 5 seconds left to go. He's on the 13-yard line. You got to think he's probably got 2 plays, 2 opportunities to take a shot at the end zone. And this is huge for these Ravens. What would you do in this situation, Black Phoenix?
I'm not going to lie. I'm going all the way up top. I'm going Mike Williams for my bread right there. As we see Justin Herbert light up with that bazooka ability, I'm going Mike Williams. Give me the ad catch. So I can walk out of here with a dub. But it's going to be interesting to see what Assassin does right here. Gun split close right here. Sending Austin Eckler out on a route. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. And it has it. That's going to be it right there. VA Assassin with the clutch play right there. 23-21. Last second play. Clutched it up to beat King Karan. Now, this becomes interesting now, because again, field goal unit is coming onto the field, which is a very surprising move right there. Again, if King Karan does block this and goes for 2, we are looking at potential overtime right here, as he doesn't get a perfect, but again is able to kick the field goal. It's up and it's good. So now up 3. Now King Karan has 1 second left. Can he get a kick return for a touchdown? Or maybe he can get fair catches, depending on how it goes. Looks like a split kick right there. Doesn't call fair catch. Devin Duvernay, and he's going to give up right there. No chance, no pitches, no try to Music City Miracle right now, but that's going to do it right there. Off the last second right there. Assassin pulling out the victory right there.
Talk about
last second play. Amazing. Clutch.
It was mind blowing, and I'm so glad that we were able to bring this. And I want to just point out that BGuard21 in the chat said the exact same thing that I was thinking. Do not give your opponent an opportunity to block that kick. You take a knee, and then you go ahead and you make sure that he can't do anything on that kickoff return. 1 second left to go. Assassin pulls out the win, and I promise you, it was just completely unbelievable to see him go down the field and score in 10 seconds.
10 seconds, bro. 10 seconds.
Oh, man. It looks like we get looking like we get a free replay right now. Looks like to see if Assassin decides to show us any of the plays right there. Keenan Allen for that big 30-yard completion as we do get a replay. Again, gun type formation sent Keenan Allen on this major corner route right there. Justin Herbert got the ball just in time before 99 got there. And again, looks like King Karan played the wrong defense right there, giving up that huge play. But again, that's clock management. And we mentioned it, Philly, got to call your best plays right there. And that time, Gerald Everett got wide open right there for Assassin to win the game right there, 24-21 right now. So again, congratulations to Assassin for moving on to the next round. If you're King Karan right now, you gotta be devastated right there. Thought you had the game in the bag, and giving up that completion for a touchdown for the go-ahead score, man. And oh man, Philly, man, that was a great game. Great ending to the game.
It was a phenomenal game. But I will tell you this: when Brian James was talking about all of the things that King Karan had done this season, these are the types of losses that really define you as a Madden player, because I know I have never forgotten any of the losses from back in the day. When I was dominating and having a great time out there when we were on the circuit. And I got to tell you, if he was able to turn it around this season, that loss should only make him better. It's just a hell of a game, hell of a comeback. And you gotta tip your hat to Assassin. That was an unbelievable win for him.
Hey, congratulations to Assassin. Congratulations to VA Dimes. They'll both be advancing on the Xbox and the PS5 side. We appreciate all the viewership. Yeah, he definitely that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. But he won a division, so he's gonna walk away with some pocket change. But yeah, so that's definitely heartbreaking. It hurts. It hurts. But we thank you. We thank everybody for tuning in. Anything you guys want to say in closing?
Yeah, before Phoenix sounds off, because he's the man with the golden pipes. I'll just say this: that wild card round, I know we wrapped it up with that Bengals and Browns game. I cannot wait to see some of those PS5 matchups that were on our games of the week, and I cannot wait to see what the second round of the Xbox Pro delivers us. And all I need now is just for Phoenix to take us home so we can start to get all of that set up.
Yeah, and again, a great game. Again, shout-outs to VA Dimes and wide receiver Woody. Great game right there. VA Dimes advancing once again. And then Assassin and King Karan. Assassin pulling out the victory at the last second with a clutch touchdown to Gerald Everett. Again, shout out to everybody coming through the Madden Underground. Make sure you guys, if you guys are on Twitter, Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, make sure you guys support, hit that follow, subscribe, like. It means a great deal to us as we continue on with this Madden playoffs journey. As you see right there, that's what the brackets are currently looking like right now. And like you mentioned, Philly, this is going to be so good going into the second round. We got some great matchups going on, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But again, appreciate you guys coming out. If you guys haven't done so, support us. And for myself, Black Phoenix, Philly Guy, and the convention Brian James, we will see you guys next time on Madden Underground. See you later. Peace.